Yo, hey, what's up, guys? Today we're gonna try out the Archer in Hydra because my good buddy Daddy Derm, he pulled the Archer not even once, he pulled her twice. So today I built a team around her. I basically copied my hard team and I'm gonna make him a hard team right now, and we are trying to find out if he can beat my personal best just by having her in the team. But what does she bring? She basically placing a decreased speed right here on a 3 turn. That's super nice, and also fills the turn meter of our champions, and that's really nice. That's why everybody want her. But the other thing about her, if we're attacking bosses, we're gonna get a hex by 3 turns and a provoke by 2 turns. So her control is amazing. And not even that, there's more. You get heal if your ally is gonna attack a boss under a hex, and that's basically all the time. So we get heals over heals over heals the whole time. It's super nice, and I recreated my team. This team right here does not have the stats right on point like I do. The Charmael, the Rabbit, and the Archer is basically okay. I rebuilt them, gave them damage, control, and yeah. Control, damage, and a relentless set on the Archer. That's amazing. And the Mifrala in my team is full damage. Lydia, full damage. Mighty Uku, full damage in a provoke set. But yeah, we can technically skip that because we got provoked for 2 turns now, so we could make him full damage focused. Lydia full damage focused. She does not need a hex set anymore. I got a Mifrala in here. Of course she does hex too, but technically Mifrala could be anybody else, just doing increased attack for you and something else and keep you alive a little bit. Something, I don't know. It's just my first try and we're gonna check that out. I'm gonna give you the preset, and of course I will also give you a kind of strategy about this team. I already did that team, but instead of the Archer I put a Vizix in here, and my personal best is 413 million on hard mode, so it is pretty viable. If you want to check that out, go ahead and check the other video out and we will test it right here. But we got strategy in here. It's not about only having those champions and that's it. No, there's more. So I give you the presets pretty quick. I turned off the revive on Uko, so we can just revive manually when somebody is just actually dying, and I don't want it to go full auto and use it over and over. If in case somebody dies, it could be 3 turns away when he's actually casting it again, and we will lose so much damage. So this will be semi-auto. You gotta press the auto button, but you gotta watch the run on the end, click some heads and a little bit more. So that's the preset of the Archer. And Lydia is super important that you also turn off the block buffs and just make her decrease defense and weaken all the time, because yeah, you wanna aim that skill right here manually. You press the whole time auto, then you see a head is respawning, and then you just look which one it is, and in some cases you will just cast that on the boss, so you got the block buffs all the time, like on the main bosses, and that's okay. You don't need it all the time because Mighty Uku is bringing block buffs too, but it's not so consistent when they're just respawning, so you need the block buffs of your Lydia all the time ready, so when a bad head is reappearing for you, you are kind of in a good scenario, so you can just cast it. And that's Mifrala just doing her thing. And now we will go into the run. I'm gonna show you how I do it. I'm gonna talk a little bit, and then we will just speed it up and we will see the damage on the end. So like I said, this is semi-auto. At this point I don't need to do anything. And only the time when the bosses are respawning, you gotta take notice which one is spawning and if you have to cast the block buffs on them or not. There are technically only 2 heads where it's super important to have block buffs on them, and it's the poison head right in the middle left, and head of Wrath, the red one on the right. They want to have block buffs. but if they kind of appearing at the same time, you gotta make a decision. What I mostly do is put up block buffs on the poison head to kill him fast, so he cannot cast it on himself, and I just can kill him to get rid of the poison cloud of those other champions. So that can be a little bit faster, but then you're in danger maybe of getting hit by the red boss and he might kill you. But that's where we got the mighty Uko in there, and he will just revive you, so that's a little less of a danger that the red head is hitting you and you lose something than the poison set of the poison head will just appear, because that really can kill your run. The poison cloud on the wrong head while they eaten your champions or something can actually kill your run. So you mostly just do auto the whole time, just taking notice of which head is just reappearing. And that's basically it. If it's the red one, you put block buffs on him. If it's the green one, the poison head, you put block buffs on them. If they both appear at the same time, you put it on the poison cloud one and kill it super fast. That's basically the whole strategy, and you can just watch over and over. The damage is going up, that's nice. And I know my buddy, he doesn't want the full manual run, and me too. I'm a guy who's not liking the manual run for 1.5 hours. But if you want to do it, it's up to you. So I gave him a semi-auto run, and right now, in a second, the heads are gonna respawn, and we gotta just put the block buffs on the right champion. Not champion, head, of course. But at this point, we are on 21 million. That's super nice. We are doubling, like 2 million per round. That's super nice. And the archer is really doing stuff in here, just giving us turn meter, decrease speed all the time, the provoke, so it is consistent all the time. And yeah, it is. She is crazy, to be honest. I wish I had her on my own. I spent like €100 to try to get her, but nothing. So the redhead is respawned, so we just unpress the auto, and then if we see a champion that's just gonna do her main skill, we press auto, and she's in a relentless. That's perfect. She just came in again, and he is just gonna do whatever he does. And now we're gonna put the block buffs on the red one and press auto again. Now of course the green one could respawn like right away. It's kind of a bad RNG run for you, but it's not the end of your run, so don't worry. But it's just lowering your damage down, so it is cool to have the block buffs all the time ready. For example, right now the green one is there, and I'm supposed to cast. Yeah, we got provoked at this point. That's kind of whatever, okay. So we are trying to get block buffs on all those other heads. It's amazing right before the boss is actually taking a turn. We didn't get it too much, but it's just how it is. Put out the hex. I don't think we get the block buffs ready. That's kind of unfortunate, but that's just how it is. And let's go. Do we get the block buffs? Lydia, no, she didn't, but let's go. That's just something that can go wrong. Like, not wrong, but it just slows your damage down, and that's one thing you're trying to avoid all the time, because you want the most damage. It's just how it is. And some of them didn't get the poison cloud. That's nice because of Uko already casting block buffs on those other heads. They already took a turn, so it was possible. So it's not the end of your run. So it's kind of cool if it doesn't happen, but when it's happened, it's not like the end of the run. So, and they just keep doing it. And yeah, you gotta pay a little attention on it. Yeah, if one of your champion dies, you gotta revive them. If not, you can just, yeah, look which boss is respawning, and that's okay. And of course, you might want to click those heads when they eat you, just in case. Most of the time it's not needed, but you can do it. They actually ate my Razorvark, so I want him back. He's my main damage dealer right here. All those counter attacks really dumb, but that's just how it is. And that's how we continue the whole time. We do one more rotation when we see actually how I act when the bosses are respawning and stuff. The middle right one can cast reflect damage on himself, so Yarazawa could die on that because he's just attacking him and killing himself, but that's why Uko is in there. Well, our damage got lowered a little bit, but that's okay. It's not like we're breaking world records right now. We can still up our damage so much and everything should be way better. But just a first impression about what's the archer doing in here. Is it gonna be even better? My champions are not dying as hard because she is there healing us about the hex passive and stuff. And really nice. We are hoping for a blue head to spawn. He will just increase our damage and that's cool. So, who's gonna respawn now? So, getting up the damage, yes. I probably would build... No, at this point we don't have to use block buffs. I probably would use... what's her name? Lydia in reflex gear, so she get access to her decreased defense weaken more often. The head of mischief is not needed of a block buffs. It is cool if you can get it out, but you gotta pay attention to one head is still dead. We don't know who is it. It's a blue one. Now we could, if we want to. So let's do a couple manual runs. We gotta get the hex out. That's what I was aiming for. And then we could use the block buffs on the mischief because they all respawned and we are 100% safe to get our skill back when the next head is respawning and we need the block buffs. So how high can we go? At this point I will speed up the run so you can see everything was just the same run. And maybe it's gonna fail, that could be possible too. You know how the RNG is. And yeah, we will just speed up the run and see how high we can go. So see you on the end. So, alright guys, 360 million damage on hard mode. And our archer did 70 million on it while controlling the boss, while giving the boss decreased speed, while healing the whole team and turn meter boosts. So much stuff going on her. I really do like it. I do. And we will take that key right here because it was amazing. And we will take a look at the stats in a second when the key is... Come on. Are you always scared like when you press go and then your internet is going off or something and you're like, oh please don't. So, but let's go check out the stats because they are important. And you know it, Hydra is not only about one champion. I just showed you a team where she's actually really nice, but it is a whole composition about the team and not only about one champion. So Razorok, fast, damage, a little bit accuracy because he's providing increased accuracy for himself and for the whole team, and it's actually nice because our archer will put the increased speed on herself on the A1, so she will be in danger of being a mischief tank, but if you bring increased speed, increased accuracy on another champion, you should be good. So we are on 6000 attack, 270 speed, 297 crit damage and a little bit accuracy, but it's not the best in the world, could be better, but yeah. Wait, masteries, they are important. We are on a lethal set, not lethal, instinct. Wait, let me check in a second. Those are the masteries. I prefer Helm Smasher. It just turned out for me that it's better on runs like that. And here a little bit more speed, and you want on all your champions basically the counter attack right here and the 20% chance to counter attack when the boss is putting a fear on you. So that will probably, yeah, happen all the time because of the blue head. So, and now we're going to Lydia. The stats are basically perception, fast plus accuracy, but to be honest, if you use her in Hydra on that hard mode run right here, you could go damage, and because of the archer, usually you want to use a cursed set on her, but in this case you don't want that because it's all the time up there. And even we got Mufrala in there, so one more. Even if Mufrala is not in there, she alone does so many hexes, so you could probably be, the best thing would be Reflex or Merciless maybe. The other thing, something that can reset you, maybe a Relentless set is cool too, but of course you need the accuracy. The masteries are as following. I went War Master, so she can do a little bit more damage, and of course the 20% chance right there, counter attack right there, just to get out more poisons, more boosts for your, not poisons, just more counter attacks on the blue head, so your leader will get, yeah, more turn meter. Mifrala, she is also not built for a Hydra run like that right now in my opinion. But of course you can use her, you literally saw it. So she's just accuracy and speed and of course a little bit tankiness and stuff, but I would recommend to just put her in damage sets, and it would be better. So you can go 260 speed and crit rate and all that good stuff. And also I think maybe she could be replaced in that team because of the Archer right now for another champion that brings you increased attack and maybe something that can make you a little bit tanky, survivability, something like that. Maybe a little bit more damage than her, but technically she is really nice. And masteries, I think I showed you maybe, but they are still the same. I put exactly the same on her. Uko is right now not in damage set. That, yeah, I would recommend a damage set on him also. And because of Archer, mine on my account is in a provoke set, but because of that Archer you don't need that, and you can just go whatever you want technically. Just be tanky enough to not die, because he will be the reviver, and have accuracy to actually place those block buffs and decrease attacks. They are really important, and the rest could be whatever you come up with, if it's a reflex set or if it's savage, or yeah, but just because of the Archer, of course. And that's why she is beautiful in here. In my team there's a Vizix right there, so I made a whole video about it, but I cannot skip those provoke sets and maybe skip out Mifrala or something because the hexes, or but if you got the Archer, your gear will be totally different, to be honest. Did I show you her? No. The Shining Girl. So those are her stats. She is defense based, that's nice, so you can put damage on her. And like you see right here, I don't even have the most damage in the world, so it's 182, so that could be better. And the accuracy is not as high as you might think, but she also gains the increased accuracy from Rabbit and from herself, so I made her not be accuracy heavy, so because I don't need it in that run. But technically if you don't use the Rabbit and the other setup and stuff, you probably want to go higher on your accuracy. And yeah, Speedy 270 in a Relentless set. And masteries are as following. I forgot. Oh, at this point, wait, I'm gonna do it for my body right now. We need those. Let me put that one, that one, that one. Like the others, so we can gain more turn meter if they attack when the blue head is up. So, and Shamael, he's just damage and speedy. That's what I was aiming for. So 240 speed and crit rate and crit damage up, and the rest does not matter for me. Because we can revive on Uko. If he's gonna die, it's not gonna break your game or something. And he is in instinct, so he can do more damage, of course. Masteries on him, Giant Slayer 100%. There is no doubt that you should use Giant Slayer, and if you don't have Giant Slayer on your Shamael, you should probably use those for 150 gems, because it is nice. And yeah, I went just counter attack here because the True Fear makes like no sense, but yeah, that's what I went for, and the rest just kind of damage focused. And on the end you get 360 million damage out of it, and even more. You just saw I can make those champions more damage focused and all that good stuff, and I get minimum 450 million minimum if I change those other champions like I wanted it to be. Like the reflex on Lydia would be amazing, so she can put those decrease defense and weaken more often out there, and it would just help your overall damage and something like that. All those little things like Mifrala and Uko, just put them in damage gear, and yeah, you should be okay. And tell me what you think about this team. Is it okay? Do you have any recommendations? Do you have any other teams? What do you want to show off? Just, yeah, hit me up in Discord, leave a comment, and just, yeah, tell us what's up. And that will be the end of the video. I hope you leave a like on the video, because I do a bunch of work in this channel right here. And yeah, I'm trying to reach those 8,000 subscribers and to get on the test server so I don't have to spend my own resources all the time, and you know the drill. And yeah, maybe leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, have a nice day.